if it does end up like don't have enough time and I gotta like go early, I apologize for that. Hopefully that won't happen.
That's fine. Figure something out. Okay. So, Joseph, you were kind of told that Elias's door, or quote unquote, he's pretty much open at any point.
Okay. So this would be about, I would say, 3 to 4 days after Joseph first arrived onto the base. And he kind of took those first few days to kind of just kind of like get himself a little situated. It's a little difficult though, because I mean, after being trapped in prison for 3 months and then moving to what kind of was pretty much like an army base, and like it's a little like it's uncomfortable for him, you know, just being so far gone from home, and the fact that he's been there for a few days and he doesn't know what the fuck's happening. But at least during that time, he like cleaned himself up, you know, cut his hair to be back to the way it was. Although his natural color is starting to show around the like around the top of his head, and like only really like the mid to back portion of his hair is still that dark red. And shaved too, so he's clean cut again. But around noon or so, after those few days, he does think about going to see Elias. So he just kind of looks around the base, asks whoever's around. It's like, do you know where Elias's office is, or wherever he does his therapy or whatever?
Right, and they usually point you in the direction of the staff office.
Right. So he makes his way there, and like I guess Elias would be in his cubicle.
Yeah.
Okay. So he finds him and like kind of knocks on like the wall of the cubicle.
Oh, you can move your token there, by the way, if you want.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if we were gonna use this. Yeah. Here, yes.
Okay, so you knock on it.
Yeah. So it's like
He kind of peers behind him like, oh, hello. Oh, you clean up nice, actually.
Yeah. Thanks, I guess.
Doing all right?
Yeah. Still getting used to everything. You said you're a therapist, and so I mean, can we have the therapy or whatever it is you wanted to do?
Yeah, sure. We can do it in here. We can try and find somewhere else to go.
Probably somewhere a little more private, because it's a little open, isn't it?
Yeah. We can find somewhere to go. I don't think anybody's in the crafting room right now. We can probably head in there and do it.
All right.
Grabs a few things. Grab Joseph by I'm shrinking Elias.
What? Be careful. All right.
Right, and he takes you.
Yeah. As they're walking, Joseph asks him, "How long has this place been here?"
Quite a while. I haven't been around for a whole long time, but long enough to see leadership change hands. Long enough to where Ava actually became head ace. This place has at least been around since probably the 80s, I want to say. Maybe early 70s. Well, not early 70s, late 70s. Been around for a while.
Okay. All right, so
He probably would have grabbed you a chair too.
yeah. So he sits down, kind of looks around in the room first. All right, so how's this work?
Well, I'm just going to ask you a few questions, and then you tell me honestly, your honest answer to any of them. If you don't feel like answering one in particular, that is totally fine. This first session is really to get kind of a grasp on everything that's going on. I guess the first question I could ask then is, how are you feeling today specifically, or in general?
Well, still kind of finding it hard to get up in the morning. I mean, when I first got on that bed, it felt like heaven. Considering it's been months since I last actually got to even sit on a bed. But now it's starting to realize it's kind of a shitty mattress. And I guess ever since I came here, things kind of been feeling a little... like I feel like I'm not supposed to be here.
Why do you feel that way?
For one thing, I fucking had no idea that monsters and supernatural shit actually was real. I personally didn't really believe in that. And I guess it hadn't really sunk in yet of how far away I am from home. And so the past couple days since I got here, I've just been just really homesick.
Nods, and he's got a notepad that he's writing all this stuff down in.
Like there must have been some mistake. Why would just some kid from New York just end up in here? I didn't sign up for anything that would involve me coming here, and suddenly everything that I live for is just gone, and I what the hell am I doing here?
Writes that down. Would you say you feel unwelcome? You say you feel unwelcome?
No, it's not that. I mean, I haven't really came out of my room for a few days, but that's all on me just because I really don't know how to feel about being here. I mean, as far as people like being welcoming, like they've, like they haven't like looked at me weird or anything like that. They're all been as nice to me as they can. Even if I just come outside, like if I just want to go get food or something, I mean, no one's giving me any trouble, which is kind of a far cry from the time I spent locked up and how I handled myself there.
Nods. Who have you talked to so far?
I haven't really gotten to know anyone by name. I mean, there's the blonde girl, kind of talked to here and there, not really. My person I've really like spent the most time with out of everyone here would probably be John, because mean, he's the guy I spent 3 months with in the same cell.
Yeah, that's understandable.
1 second. Back. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So John's really been the only person I've kind of had to try to have conversations with, but you know how it is.
You feel comfortable around him?
Yeah. I guess more comfortable with him than really anyone else here. Even you.
He nods. That's very understandable. Still don't really know me very well. I'm honestly surprised you even came in here to do this so soon. I was expecting at least another week or so.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought about it, and I mean, I don't think you're a bad person, but it's just, you know, you working for secret agencies and everything. That's just shady shit to me, in all honesty.
It is. And to be honest, we're not exactly in the law's good favor, but we abide by it.
I mean, if you got to deal with secrets and governments not wanting you to poke into shit, I mean, I'd imagine that'd get you a bad rap.
Well, we've definitely helped a fair share of incidents go under the radar. Big cover-ups and all that.
Yeah. So, I wanted to ask you something.
Yes?
What happened when I disappeared? Like if you guys got connections to everywhere and shit, then you gotta know what happened after I disappeared, right?
Yeah, of course. You sure you want to know? Because if you don't want to, I don't need to tell you. But if you
just tell me, just do it.
Okay. Essentially, what happened was you and John were basically pointed at by the public eye saying that you abducted Dana, yes. That you two abducted her and that there was no trace of either of you for a very long time. As for personal connections, everybody around you...
Wait, so Dana didn't go back to New York or anywhere else?
Within those 3 months that you were gone, we haven't heard anything about her. So it's safe to assume that wherever she was, if she was doing anything, she wasn't in New York.
So but did she go back though after we left?
Hmm.
Or you don't know yet?
We don't know yet. We still need to get a report from if she even did go back. Like I said, it's been 3 days.
Well, I mean, she's big on the internet. I mean, if anything came out that she was free, then they would have been something like Twitter or something. I mean, if she's that big of a deal, then people would know she came back.
That is true. My guess is that she's laying low for the time being, as to not draw a whole lot of attention to herself, because the second she reemerges, it's going to look really bad on her part. Because now you two are still missing, and now she's found, and so they're going to be looking for you two now, and they're going to be going after her, thinking that she did it.
But so far, they still think that me and John took her.
At the moment, yes. But eventually Dana's got to come out. So
Yeah,
that she'll have to.
I mean, with that contract, it seemed like she was on her last leg.
Yes, but that contract also states that she has to come out and get people to bring in. The fact that you made one.
Within a certain amount of time. She didn't have a lot of time to find people, and she said that if she didn't find anyone soon, that something would happen. And this is what she said.
Well, so right now we don't know the specifics of that deal. The only way we would know how is either contacting the party that made the deal in the first place or her, which we haven't been in contact with her within the last few days, simply because we've been focusing more on getting you and the rest of the new recruits adjusted. We've been having other divisions keep track of that for the time being, and we will give you any information as it comes to us about that as soon as we can get a hold of it. But right now we're kind of stuck with our hands behind our backs right now. But I promise you that when we get information on her and the specifics of the deal, we will tell you.
All right.
And any information regarding you and John's situation in New York as well.
So what? All the people I know, you think I fucking kidnapped her?
The people that you know, I'm sure, wouldn't believe something like that for now. And even if they do, the truth is going to come out sooner or later. It's going to take some time.
Fuck. Joseph just gets it from the seat. Fuck her! You don't understand. If my mother finds out I did some shit like that, and I don't come home that time, and I don't know what the fuck happened to her, I'm losing it. I was gone for 3 months. I don't know what the fuck happened to her. She's not mentally well enough to handle something like that. For fuck's sake, my dad went to prison, and she barely can handle that. Do you know what happens if she finds out I did something like that, and I'm not home?
If it's worth anything, we did check up on all your contacts, and all of them are alive. Everybody that you know, family, friends, all of those people are still alive. And they're not in Dana's custody. They are in the mortal world, in the real world, walking around, breathing, and existing.
I mean, that's something, but... Fuck, Look, just... Look, can you, your organization, whatever, can you do anything to let them know that I didn't do anything like that. Like, I don't know, get some police guy to just visit and tell them, hey, Joseph didn't do anything wrong, but he's still missing, or something like that. I don't want them to think that I'm a criminal.
He puts a hand up and he's just like, we will when we can. Right now, the situation's very, very messy. We're waiting on Dana to make a move. First of all, because we can't really interfere and do any of that because that's going to spread.
Why?
Because the moment we go out and tell somebody about it, they're going to start telling people, and then it's going to get a lot. Word of mouth is going to spread that something is much worse than it is. And if we go out and say, look, Joseph didn't do this, and that Dana did this, nobody's going to believe that right away.
Well, I'm not saying to pin the blame on Dana. I'm just saying to clear my name at least.
Like I said, we will do what we can. I don't know how long it's been in the hedge since we left, because the hedge time is it's impossible to tell what time it is in there. So for all we know, it could just be mere minutes after we left out there. But like I said, Dana has to come out, and soon, like you said. So when she emerges, somebody will know. And once that happens, the whole situation is going to turn around. We just need to give this some time. And I need you to give it some time as well. I know you've given a lot of time already, but I need at least another week.
At least. And what if you hear nothing by then?
And then we're gonna find something.
You're not really
going to do.
A lot here. You're not gonna be a lot here.
What did you say? I missed it.
You said you're not giving me a lot here. You're just saying something, or like we'll do something. We'll wait on this. That's not giving me security. Like, I can't. Like, I don't know whether to trust your word on that. Okay, I don't know how. Listen, I'm sure you've worked here a long time and you've dealt with shit like this, but listen, I don't know you. I don't know anybody. I don't know anyone of these people here, and you're expecting me to work for you for God knows how long. And so far, it's not a good start. I don't know what you want from me. I mean, I'll keep my mouth shut. I don't know, get a hitman to stalk me around everywhere I go. Just, why can't I go home now?
He sits there for a second. And he goes, there are too many people connected to Dana right now that know about you and would know if you went back. And if you went back, they would come after you, regardless of what Dana wants, regardless of what we want, regardless of what you want. They will come after you. And unfortunately, you probably will not. We won't know we don't know what would happen in that case. There are sick, twisted people in the hedge, far beyond anything like Dana. And we know that Dana has many connections. If we let you back home right now, and word started spreading that you came back, those very same people that are connected to Dana are going to want to come after you because you escaped. And who knows what they'll do to you then. And frankly, I don't really want that for you. And I'm sure you don't want that, and I'm sure you don't want that either.
I mean, look, when you spend 3 months in a shithole like that, and just it just feels like forever passes by, you just kind of don't give a shit at that point. I mean, you saw I fucking broke my pinky over finding a way to escape, right? At that point, I didn't fucking care what was gonna happen to me. I just didn't want to be there anymore.
I understand that.
And I don't know how shit would have gone if you went and blew that place to high hell. It's still just,
Let's just say eventually one of those contacts that I was talking about would have came to come get you. And we wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation. Trust me, we want to send you back. And not just say send you back. We don't want to keep you here forever. But right now, we need to at least take care of Dana's contacts, or at least find a way to keep them out of the picture for the time being. And right now, letting the blame naturally come out and fall on Dana and letting this whole situation play out naturally is the best way we can handle it at the moment without getting messy. Because the second it gets messy is when people start looking.
I mean, you got a whole base here with weapons and people. I mean, who's to say you can't handle yourselves in the fight?
No, I'm not saying we can't. It's far beyond your imagination that these weapons won't do anything. Hell, we could probably get one of the most powerful weapons on this planet, drop it on one of these creatures, and they would shrug it off like nothing.
Oh shit. I'd say that's not my problem, but kind of is at this point, isn't it?
You are part of our group at the moment. But thankfully we haven't had to deal with one of those in a very long time. At least from my experience.
And give me 1 second. All right. So, sorry. So Joseph just sits back down and kind of gets himself face to face with Elias. So how long until you can send me home then? A year?
Did Joseph ask this before? Because I feel like he did.
He probably did. Maybe.
Yes, I remember now. He did.
Yeah, but I don't think he should have told Elias he didn't straight up ask him like this.
Mm-hmm.
And he probably asked this when they first got out, but it was literally just as they escaped.
Well, like I said when we got you out of there, I can't give a time frame. But I will say that eventually you will be able to. Like a lot of things around here, we just need a little bit of time. And you're not confined to this area. You're not in that cell anymore. You're free, as far as you're concerned. You're free to leave here. You're free to roam around. You're free to do pretty much anything.
I wouldn't exactly call this freedom.
Why do you say that?
Because if I really was free, then I would have gotten home already. And even if some bug-eyed giant monster went and ate my head the next night, that would have been something. I just would have at least had that freedom for a day. This doesn't really feel like freedom when I'm in here. It's more like purgatory.
Actually, a good way to put it at the moment. Trust me, you will be able to go home. It will take time. Because we need to smooth everything over once it actually comes out that you didn't do anything. We will smooth it over for you, get everything squared away, and then once you get some time for vacation, you can go.
Vacation? Fuck the odds. Vacation. Why do you say that like I'm gonna be here longer than you say I am?
I never gave you a time frame, Joseph. Because I can't give you a time frame.
You mean that as in you can't give me a time frame now?
No, I genuinely can't give you one, Joseph, because I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take for Dana to show herself. I don't know how long it's going to take for all of this to smooth over. I don't know how long it's going to take for all this to fix itself. I can't promise you anything at the moment. I can't guarantee anything regarding that for you right now. I'm truly sorry.
Is there a nearby, like, small object on the table in the crafts room?
There's many.
Okay. Let's say Joseph picks up like a pencil holder cap. Let's say that. He just picks it up, throws it right over Elias's head.
He like immediately goes into like fight mode, and he like gets into a stance, and he's giving you this look like, go ahead.
You know, if you want to tell me that I'm going to be here for the rest of my life, you should have just told me straight up.
That's not what I'm saying, Joseph.
And you can't give me a time frame for when I'm supposed to leave.
I can't, Joseph.
Then what?
What did he say?
He's just telling me that. Then what? Am I here for forever then?
No, Joseph. I can't tell you when you can go home because I don't know when you can go home yet. It depends on you, it depends on Dana, it depends on us. And we need Dana to make her move first.
Fine.
want to give you a time frame, Joseph. I really do, but I'm telling you, I can't give you one. Not without her making the move. And I don't know when that will be. A lot of this is up to her.
Alright, then the moment you get in contact with her, you let me.
I will.
Don't wait around for it. Don't give me an update like a day after. You tell me immediately.
I will do the best I can.
Sure you will.
Relaxes a little bit.
Sorry, I gotta leave right now, but it's like almost done. So
Yeah, he was probably just gonna be like, "You want any more information about of how this whole thing works? Go to Ava. She'll give you more than I'm at length to say."
Okay. Yeah,
And
I
you'd just be like,
now.
yeah.
Really late right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.